we'll see your recipes also. We'll check them out later. Okay. And we're going to write the recipe with nice punctuation. Yes. And let's see. Oh, that is what we are going to. What is punctuation? What is punctuation? And we have actually punctuation, the punctuation marks, right? And they are used in writing to give what? To make the meaning clear? Punctuation makes the meaning clear? Yes, of course it does. It makes the meaning clear. It gives a pause, right? And especially when you are speaking also. Do we use punctuation while speaking? Let's wait, I'm going to say something. Inverted. Do you use that? Speaking में भी use करते हैं punctuation. वो कैसे जब full stop आता है तो we take it pause or not? Yes. Then, right? I want to emphasize something. I get that pause. Isn't it? In speaking also we have that. So though it is not quite visible, but it is quite noticeable. Okay. So punctuation marks we use in our writing. What do you think is the most common punctuation mark that you are aware of? Full stop. Okay. You have punctuation mark. Your exclamation mark. You have your comma. Yes. The commas. You have a hyphen, apostrophe S, dash, hyphen. Yes. So how do you write a colon? Is it 2 dots? Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Then you have a semicolon. Right? Anything else? What about your capital letters? Isn't that punctuation? Yes, it is. Now, can we tell or just discuss a little bit? When do we use what? When do I use a capital letter? Yes, when you start a sentence. What else do we use a capital letter for? For the name or proper noun, isn't it? Yes, you write, use a. When you have your abbreviations also. Or your acronyms, right? So like you have WHO, or you have, right? So we use capital letters when we use acronyms. Acronyms क्या होते हैं? जो बड़े-बड़े words होते हैं acronyms. Acronym is a short form by using the first letter. Okay. Like this is National Council of Educational Research and Training. But we don't say that again and again. We say NCRT, right? We know what WHO is or who is. So that is an acronym. So it is capitals, isn't it? So yes, so you beginning of the sentence and even in your sentence when you're writing, the name comes, the proper noun there, and of course you have acronym. So we're using the capital letters. Okay. So we do not write capital letters in the like USA. That is the USA for countries, obviously. Full stop. You've completed what you want to write. You've completed your sentence. You put a full stop. Okay. Exclamation. What kind of sentences? Exclamatory sentences. So your joy, surprise, your extreme emotions that you want to show, isn't it? Right? And yes. Like even as some words which are used to show that extreme happiness or surprise or wonder, you have hurrah, wow, isn't it? Oh, your exclamation. So it is could be for sadness also. Yes. Which word? Use to say it could be alas, as if we use it in our writing. Do we use it in our writing? No. Why not? It is not udas, it is okay. Any other word that we use with an exclamation mark to show sadness? Bravo is for sadness. Nice is for sadness. What I'm saying for sadness, apart from alas. Oh, is also there. Oh, is for wonder. Oh, it's sad. Oh. This is what? Sad or am I surprised? Right. Okay, fine. So now you understood when to use an exclamation. When do I use a question mark? When I've asked a question, right? Yes. So you have so many questions, and you know when it is to be used. Now, when you do your narration, you do your reported speech, you have changed your interrogative sentence into an affirmative. What happens to the question mark? We don't write it. This is one thing that you have to remember. So when you have changed the sentence there, like from your interrogative to an affirmative, please remove the question mark also. This is a mistake that you do. So when you ask questions, yes, we use the question mark. Now we have something very important here. Of course, comma. When do we use comma? Right. I went to the market and bought. Yeah, I bought oranges, apples, grapes, and so like to separate, isn't it? Right? Okay. Yeah. So I have dresses of many colors. I have pink, red, blue, yellow, orange, green, and brown, isn't it? Right? So all these here, I use the comma over here, right? And now when do I, this is something quite important here. Like when we talk about the colon and the semicolon, they're very formal writing, they're not very commonly. And they are there, you know, like maybe you want to give more information. So then they are used here. Let me just discuss one thing here. When do I use apostrophes? Like narration. Which is the correct use of apostrophe here? Rams. Okay. So apostrophe is most commonly used as a sense of belonging, as a sense of possession, right? So I can say this is which is very surprising because Karan does not know. This is Karan's. Okay. So if I write this is, can I use an apostrophe for a plural? Can I? I can. So there are some words, you know, like here, please behave yourself. Please behave and keep silent. I don't want any animals in the class, or cats and dogs will be thrown out. Right? So when can I use an apostrophe with a plural? After S. So can I have an example? Karan's book, okay? Yes. So if I say the buses container, it's already an S, isn't it? So it is, I put a apostrophe. I do not necessarily write the S. So I just put that symbol. Okay, so where we have the word ending with a S, so that it can be used, isn't it? Right? Some words already end with S. Yes. James. Okay. Jeans. Right. Do I say children's? Where's the children's? No. It's already a plural, isn't it? Right? So boxes. So here you might want to, right? So the boxes, I don't say boxes, cover the boxes, cover, isn't it? So I just put the apostrophe and it is understood. The boxes cover, the boxes, the label, isn't it? Belongs to that. Because when we talk about apostrophe, yes, it is definitely show of sense of belonging. Okay. Now, like yes, we have words, don't we? We've done our determiners also, and we have words which show a sense of belonging, a sense of possession. Which one? Ours, yours, right? Theirs. So if I say this is theirs house, is it correct? It's wrong. This is their house. I will not even use the apostrophe s. I will not even put the apostrophe. Okay, right? Yes, this house is theirs. It is there. Even this is their house also. And of course, where I use that word, that will also determine it. Right? So theirs happening. Can I make a sentence using yours? Yes. Then make it. This book is yours. Okay. Right? Yeah, you can have yours book. Do I put an apostrophe here? No. Right? So these are little things that you need to remember. Okay. Right? And ours. Yes. Yes, so this house is ours, this car is ours, right? Okay, this pet is ours. This is ours pet, I will not say. Okay, right? So little things that you have to remember. So can we look at some sentences? Can you solve them? Quickly do 1 or 2 exercises, and then I'm going to come to your activity also. And obviously for your test, you will not get, you know what? Oh yes, for this full stop here, like I have WHO, I can use, right? Yes, so I talk about aims, right? So there is to separate it, the dot is there to separate it, okay? Right, now let's start here. Yes, yeah, page 189. This is the most easiest thing to be done. Come on quickly. This car was bought in Bathinda. T capital, B capital, and a full stop. Did you hear the thunderclap? D capital and a question mark. Yes. Can you speak softly? C capital and question mark. I have a great idea. Can I use an exclamation also? Yes. I have a great idea. Yes, I can. You can. My sister has gone to the UK, and of course full stop, and U and K will be separated with a dot. Right, correct. Do you know what a UFO is? UFO also capital and a question mark at the end. UFO is an unidentified flying object. अभी मैंने क्या बताया? UFO, and yes, so when you look at UFOs, we automatically think of aliens and Martians and all that, isn't it? Right? Yes. So, do you think there are aliens on a comet? Can there be aliens on a comet? Why not? Because it will be continuously moving around here and there. Yes, so it can collide and it is not something which is for a long term. It is not stable at all. Right. UFO can land, no? Definitely it can land. UFOs तो होती है, but supposing if UFO does manage to land, it's very strong to send the aliens away. Everybody wants to go to America. No. Look at the sentence. Yes, so E capital and A capital and a full stop. Piyush and Rajat live in Allahabad. Now the next one we're going to have commas. And comma is also to separate or when you want to give additional information, right? Or like, yes, so you can talk about, say, a recipe you're talking about, or you're talking about a person, you're talking about a place. So Delhi, a very big city, is the capital of India. So I'm giving more information about something. I separate it with comma. Sit down. Sit down. No one's going anywhere. So look at some examples here where to use this comma here. Like we need to buy paint, brushes, and sandpaper. We want to separate these items. Then here, the smart, well-dressed man was chosen for the job. You give a lot of adjectives here. Right? If you want to describe something or someone, so those they are separated with commas. Then yes, like just like I said about Delhi, or you want to give information about a city or a place, right? Lal Killa, a historical monument, is located in Delhi, right? Okay. So when adding like Manoj, my brother is very talkative, right? Okay. Then yes, you can say that any information, you know, like Dr. Raj, a dentist, will be visiting the school tomorrow. You want to give more information about the person, separate it with commas. Sunny, can you tell me the time? Here also, yes, so sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Now, yes, here. You have conjunctions. So you want to join them, you know, like two parts there, or you have your clauses there, joined with a conjunction. But yes, they can be separated with a comma also. But, and, if, or, as, whatever is there. After everybody had left, Rita opened all the one thing happening after the other, right? So yes, so separating the main clause and the subordinate. But yes, as we have done earlier also, I think so discussing about clauses, when the main clause is there first, then there is no comma, right? So that they're in the proper sequence. When you have the subordinate first, then they can. Look at this now. This is the school that I went to. That. School ke baad, comma. Please have some tea, Maya. Please have some tea, Maya. While we were waiting, we listened to some good music. Oh, apne aap, you know, once you have become so confident in reading also, when we read, automatically we get a pause. Where there is a pause, you put a comma. Where there is a break, you put a comma. Full stop. Currently, you're going to make me forget everything. No? Okay, then so one thing you can do is just keep quiet. Okay, fine. My pencil box has pens, pencils, and an eraser. Yes, yes. So immediately get a comma. The team practiced hard and won the game. Yes. So because They won the game as they had practiced hard. Then they would have. Tina, my neighbor, is a pilot. The key to punctuation is the way you read. अपने आप ही हमारे pauses लग जाते हैं. जहाँ pause हुआ वहीं पे नहीं रुको. सोचो क्या आएगा. Tina, my neighbor, is a pilot. We've made the charts, put up the notices, and sent out invitations to play. So two things are there. Yes. Rina, where have you kept the colors? After Rina. Okay, very nice. So please go to the other ones, and before that, let us come to one very important task of the day. That is our recipe discussion, and I'm waiting for this to happen. Let's see. So who's going to read out? Boys, anybody? Did you ask your grandparents? Did you talk about the recipe? Do you know which activity? I'll be ready tomorrow. You can speak tomorrow. Who wants to start? Who would like to speak first? Online first. Online first? Yes, we want to give online students a chance. Who's ready over there from the online? Prabhu is ready. Vedanti is ready. Yes, Vedanti is definitely ready. I think so. So Vedanti, would you like to speak? Yes, who's going to start? Yeah, Manisha would like to read out. Come. You can take the mic here. Speak. Read it out. Take this mic.
I asked my mother about her favorite dish and she told me about kheer. Kheer is basically an Indian traditional sweet dish. It is a simple dish made from rice, milk, lots of dry nuts and sugar. But it is not as simple as in taste. When we eat it, its exotic flavors satisfies our taste buds and we feel like heaven. Kheer is an Indian traditional dish as delicious as no one can deny to taste it. Thank you.
That's very nice. And yummy dish she's talking about. Okay, come Anshika, come. Very nice. Come Anshika.
When you grow up with Indian grandparents, when we grow up with Indian grandparents, we come to know about how flavorful the Indian food is. And nothing beats my grandmother's aloo tikki. As soon as the clouds cluster, she starts preparing it. Due to its less prep time and traditional taste, we all love it. Firstly, boiled potatoes are mashed with the goodness of veggies and traditional Indian spices. Then they are fried in hot oil till they turn golden brown. And finally, she serves it the crispy tikkis with her secret sauce, which she prepares from mint and coriander leaves. Thank you.
Listen to this recipe. I didn't get it, so I'm going to listen it again.
When we grow up with Indian grandparents, we come to know how flavorful the Indian food is. Nothing beats my grandmother's aloo tikki. As soon as the clouds cluster, she starts preparing it. Due to its less prep time and traditional taste, we all love it. Firstly, boiled potatoes are mashed with the goodness of veggies and traditional Indian spices. Then they are fried in hot oil till they turn golden brown. And finally, she serves the crispy tikkis with her secret chutney, which she prepares from mint and coriander leaves. Thank you.
Yes, next. Come. Auntie from online, Vedanti is going to read. Kashish. Somebody please take a screenshot when I wanted them on speaking them one by one and we can take the screenshot.
Grannies and grandpas are the most important part of our family. But my granny is master cook of our house. She makes very delicious food and she's very nice at cooking. I asked her about her favorite recipe that she liked to make and she told me about the besan chilla. Besan chilla is basically an So besan chilla is basically a flat snack that is very delicious and easy to make. It is very quick to make that everyone can make it at their home. When eating it is like the touch of the soft cloud. It has a tinge of spicy taste and is very tasty. First of all, we should mix the besan with water, a little of red chili powder, salt, and some baking soda. Mix it well until it's fluffy. Now, now pour the little of the batter on the hot pan and spread it until it's cooked. Turn over the chilla and serve it with the special green chutney, which is very tasty to eat.
Okay, that's very nice. And of course, it's quick to make. Who also who likes to have the basic? Yes. Yes, Vedanti, please. And Vedanti can unmute herself.
One of the most loved dish of my grandfather is Manchurian, and that too when it's made by my mother. It's an Indo-Chinese dish loved by him. So the spongy, soft vegetable balls dipped in the thick, spicy Manchurian sauce can't stop our mouth watering. And it's really, this recipe is a finger licking good. And first we make the vegetable balls with of Manchurian balls with different vegetables by adding the corn flour and maida, and then we make the Manchurian balls and deep fried, and then we make the Manchurian sauce with different ingredients and spices like garlic, ginger, onion, tomato ketchup, and vinegar, and then we add the Manchurian balls to the Manchurian sauce, which makes it a finger licking good, and my grandfather really loves it.
That's very nice. That's very nice. And yes, so I'll appreciate